Spencer Childers today to walk you through how to show a house to a client. Tip number one, don't park your car in this first space here. So if you have your car parked here and the client's got to like shimmy up next to the house or to your car to get in the house, that's not a very good first experience from them. And then you also don't want them walking in the grass, tracking mud in the house. Also, if you're a female, I probably wouldn't park in the driveway at all. That way somebody can't box you in. Okay, follow me up. So as we go through this, I always like to talk about the exterior of the house and try to get their first impressions, making sure that I'm asking a ton of open-ended questions. So what do you like about the exterior? Do you like the colors? What color would you prefer it be? Etc. When you're putting in the lockbox code, I always kind of stand in the way so that way they can't see the code. This house is already unlocked for us, so we'll go ahead and go in. As you come in, make sure you take off your shoes. And then I always let them lead themselves through the house. So I don't ever follow them around and show them each and every room. I just say, hey, here's the house. Let's go ahead and look through. And as I walk you through this house, I'll show you some things that I would point out or make sure that I would address with the client. So typically the kitchens and bathrooms are going to be two of the bigger spaces that they're going to want to look at. So I would show them this kitchen. If you want to pan around, show everybody the kitchen. Amazing, right? So one way to tell, these are quartz countertops, and quartz countertops are man-made. So they have a consistent style in the way that they look. And if they're granite countertops, it's made from an actual rock. So you're going to see some really unique things that are not going to be repeated throughout the countertops. So that's one way you know. Another thing I always check for is the construction of the cabinets. So this right here is called a dovetail. It's a much higher construction on the quality of the cabinet, and then it's going to be followed with a soft closed drawer. Other cabinets are stapled together out here, so you won't have this at all. You'll just see two staples right there, and then they obviously won't soft close. They'll slam and make a bunch of noise. So continue to show them different things in the property, asking them more and more open questions. Logic makes people think, so if you're just hitting them with your MLS sheet and you're just walking around like, oh, this one's got 2,785 square feet and it's got 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths or whatever the case may be, that just makes them think. But when you can emotionally attach them to the property, that's going to make them want to act or want to make an offer on the property, if they like it, of course. So when you're asking them questions, it's like, would your table fit here? Is a good question that you would ask. Can you see your family eating breakfast here if they have kids? Another thing you could check out is the windows. Now we're in a new construction house, so I'm not going to go through and open and close the windows. If you're in an older house and the windows look a little rickety, I would absolutely try a window and see if it opens and closes, see if it's smooth, see if it's slow, whatever the case may be. And then here, this is what's called a wood return window or trimmed window. A lot of times in cheaper houses, you'll see that the drywall comes all the way out to here, and then you'll have drywall back here, which is called a drywall return. Little things like that are nice to point out to people. That way they know, you know what you're talking about. If you want to be real cute, you can play with the blinds. Be like, hey, do you like these blinds? Oh yeah, it's so cool. That's stuff that you can do. As we go outside, I'm not a huge proponent of going in the yard unless they're really into the house and really want to go out there and see what the edge of the hill looks like. But you can absolutely take them out there if you wanted to, and just, again, you're asking questions here like, would you have a play set back here? Do you think you would need a fence? If you have a dog, would your dog feel like they are going to feel good here, fit here? Are they going to run away? Or are they going to bark at the birds or whatever the case may be? You're just asking them questions that get them to think. Close up the door. Another fun tip, as you're going through, just lock the outside doors so you have less opportunity to forget that. In a big room like this, again, they're just going to be in here somewhere, walking around, looking around, and most people walk around like this, and this is how they look at houses, something like this. So you're just talking to them the whole time. And as you're doing that, you can test out little things for them, kind of do a little mini inspection. You could turn on the fireplace like this, which is a new house, so of course that's going to turn on really fast and really easy. In other houses, it may not work at all. It may be a wood-burning fireplace too, which is stuff that you would want to point out to them. We'll shut that off for now. As we come into the primary bedroom, got big space here. You can go over there and look out the view with them and ask them if they'd like that in the morning. So, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, when you wake up in the morning, would that be a view you would enjoy? Oh yeah, I would love that. That helps them envision themselves drinking a cup of coffee, looking at that view, or waking up and looking at that view, which is what you want to get. So as you come into like a room like this, it's the primary bathroom, so there's not a lot of space in here, so I don't like crowd and get in the shower, and there's 4 of us standing in the shower. That's kind of awkward. And I also, as the person that's holding the camera for me, I don't block the door. So if they wanted to get out, you need to make sure that they feel comfortable to walk out of this space, not like you've got them trapped in here and you're not going to let them out until they write an offer on the property. Closet here. In this house specifically, this is an upgraded closet system, so that's kind of little things that I would point out with them. Normally in our area they have like the wire shelving, so that's something cool. They also have upgraded base trim in this one. That's something that's unique that you could point out if you know that kind of stuff. If you don't know that stuff, then don't say anything. Ask them a question like, what do you think of that trim? Is that what you were hoping for? Again, we loop back around here. We go in here, there's a little half bath. Again, I don't want to be blocking them in an entrance. I don't want to block them in the bathroom. So let them explore these spaces on their own. And then you can follow them around. So we're going to go out into the garage because that's where the mechanicals are on this specific property. It's a new build. If they're in the house, then I would make sure to find the mechanicals and look at those for them. So on water heaters, there's actually going to be a tag which shows the manufacture date, so you have an idea of how long that is. Typical water heater life is somewhere between 10 and 15 years. They can go longer than that, of course, and they can go less than that. Furnace, same kind of thing. You want to look for a date if you can find one. Sometimes in older houses, you'll see that they'll write like in Sharpie on here, like installed in 2023. That way you know what the manufacturer date or the install date would be. Or if it's been changed, they'll put that new date on there. And then that's a water softener there as well. So follow me, and we'll go upstairs where the bedrooms are, and I'll show you how to look at those. Washer and dryer room. Could you see yourself doing laundry there? Is a good question you could ask. And then we'll go upstairs. I always let them go first. I don't lead them up the stairs. So in a space like this, you can see that we've got one bedroom here, we've got a bathroom, and we've got another bedroom. And then on the other side, we've got another bedroom and another bathroom. There's not a ton for me to look at up here, so I kind of just let them wander, and I just kind of stay in this open space and let them, feel what they need to feel or see if it's a good fit for them. But again, this entire time, it's like, well, would Johnny's clothes fit in there okay? And would you put a bunk bed in there for the kids? Or is this going to be your office? Is this going to be where grandma stays? Whatever the case may be, that's the questions you're going to ask them. Hopefully this was helpful for you today. This is exactly how I would show a house, and I hope you have a wonderful day.